Hello everyone, welcome to the course. From this session, we are starting our basic 3D modeling skills using Fusion 360. In the Fusion 360 modeling, there are variety of 3D modeling tools available, out of which few are the very important one such as extrude, revolve, sweep, loft, whole generation, and some of the modification tools are there which will help us to modify our 3D model as per the requirement. Some of which are shell, chamfer, fillet, draft, split, combine, offset, and many other. So let us start doing example number 8. This example is basically a rectangular plate with the dimensions of 150 mm by 75 mm and thickness 30 mm. It has a hole at the center of this rectangle of 30 mm and a block of rectangular shape is cut here. So dimensions of every edge is not given, but we will try to take appropriate dimensions. So let us move to Fusion 360 interface. So this is the interface of Fusion 360. As you are seeing, we are into the design workspace. This data panel is off, in which we have this project in which number of sketches we have made is shown. So let us hide this so that we have a maximum view of the Canva. So So in the design workspace, there are number of tools available for doing 3D modeling. If we click on create, then we have a number of options available such as extrude, revolve, sweep, loft, then rib, web, emboss, thread, hole, box, cylinder, torus, pipe, etc. Then we have mirror as well. Like in the sketch command, here we can make the mirror of faces, bodies, features, or the components. Then we have thicken command to give a thickness to the surface body, and then other options are there. We can also create a PCB. Then here the options are showing, this small letter shows that these are the keyboard shortcut for using the particular command. So E stand for extrude, and if we want to make a hole, then H can be pressed from the keyboard. Then similar to sketching mode, similar to the one shown in sketch mode, we have a rectangular pattern in the modeling space as well. Then we have some modified tools like I have told, such as shell, draft, scale, fillet, chamfer, press pull, offset, replace, splitting of the body and face, and we can apply material appearance to the object. So all of these we will do and employ over our projects, over our components one by one in the future classes. Then this is our option to move the body from one place to another here or in circular mode. Then assembly is there, so we can assemble it as well. So we will look into the feature as per our requirement. So as I told you, we are starting our example 8 with this one. So let us create a rectangular block first. Go to sketch, select plane. First time whenever we click on sketch, it asks for a selection of plane. So we have to select the appropriate plane. So when sketch mode is open, sketch palette is shown here. We can move it and place it as per our convenience. By default, it is on the right side. Then number of options are there. We have shown in the sketch overviews and sketching essentials. So let us start making rectangle. Three options are there. So we can use center rectangle. Let us make first click on the center point, and then we can make appropriately 75 by 150. Go to dimension or press D. Give the dimension as 75. This dimension as 150. Our sketch is fully defined now with center at the origin. Then finish this sketch. Go to extrude or just press E. The extrude palette is opened. So number of options are there in the case of extrude palette. We have these handle as well. So one by one let us see their significance. So profile, in the case only one profile is there, so that it is automatically selected. We can deselect it or we can again select it. Then where do you want to start our profile? If we start from profile pane, it is starting from here. So by pulling this arrow, we can give the thickness to the rectangle. So from profile plane, then offset. In the case of offset, it is asking how much offset do you want from the sketch. So let us give a value 10. So the sketch and model has a offset of 10 mm. We doesn't want it. So let us let it remain object. So in the case only single object is there. No, not a single object is there. Only sketch is there. So we can't use it here. So by default, this profile plane is there. So we will be making our simple 3D object using profile plane. Then we have direction. As you seen, I am dragging this arrow towards the left and right of the sketch. So it is a one side working. If I click on two side, then I have two arrows. One can put in front of the sketch, second can extrude toward the rear side of the sketch. And both have no connectivity. So they are not interconnected basically. As you see, as I move this cursor, this dimension is changing, this is also changing, and here it is changing, side 2. So I can give the value from here as well, or from here. So I can change or give the values from this position, from side 1 distance more tab and side 2 distance field. I can also drag and change the values. So three ways are possible for doing this. After two side, third option is symmetric. So in the case of two side, these two are not connected. But in the case of symmetric, the dimension is given in such a way so that the sketch will be extruded along both sides of the sketch by the same value. So it is symmetric now. So we can give half length as well as whole length. So if we give half length, then from there to there, if we write 20, then it will take 20 here and 20 behind. But if we give whole length, then total length will be 20. 10 mm here, 10 here, 20. So we have to use as per our convenience and requirement. We can change the value here, say 30 mm, because in question we have to give 30 mm depth or thickness. So we will give not half length, whole length as 30 mm. Also there is another option, taper angle. In by default it is 0 degree. If we change it to say 10 degree, then from sketch it is tapering upwards or increasing, as you see from the right side. So if we give it -10, then it goes down like this. So whatever be our requirement, we will do the sketching as per that requirement. But we doesn't need it. Go press home button. We do not require taper angle. Instead of giving taper angle from here, like this extruding arrow, we have another option, this handle. So we can change the handle, rotate it, and taper angle is changing at this position as well as there. So similar to thickness, we can change the taper angle. So by default, let it remain 10. Give it 30, and then there is another option. It is extrude. Then we have thin extrude. So for example, we want to make a frame or cabinet. Then using thin feature and only single sketch, we can make a cabinet. So how much wall thickness do we require? We can give it say 2 mm, and it will be there. Then we have this option operation. Initially new body will be created. From bodies we can make components, or we can directly make a component. So in the case of assembly, we have variety of components, like your mobile phone. Thousands of components are there, like screen, then buttons, PCB, number of ICs on the PCB, stereo sound speaker, then mic, and number of other things, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So variety of parts are there which are assembled in the case of mobile. Similar to any of the automobile, you can see an example like bike. It has tires, two tires. Then tire is also assembly. Number of options are there. Then we handle, seat, engine, covers, pedal, chain. Chain is also an assembly. So in assembly, it may have one or the more component. So they are joined together to give or work for a specific function. So in the case of this new body is basically the feature which we are making in our 3D models. New component may have one or more bodies. From body also we can generate a component that we will see in further classes. So let us, by default it is new body, so let it remain new body. 30 mm, zero taper angle, profile plane selected, extrude, and click on OK. So our block is created. On the block we have this approximate half of the portion, and approximate 10 mm height, it is cut. So let us 65. Instead of giving dimension 65 here, we can give the dimension from the rear edge 10 mm. It is completely defined. Rotate it with mouse and shift button. Then go to finish sketch, extrude. Yeah, we will use extrude. There isn't any other feature of cutting. From extrude, we have to cut in the Fusion 360. So select this sketch, and now you will see the magic of Fusion 360. If we move this arrow towards the right, then it is creating another feature. But we doesn't want it. We want it to be here. So 30 mm is total length. We are moving it inside 20 mm. If the feature is here, operation is join. If we select cut, then it is gives error because nobody is on the right left side which will cut the object. By default join is there. If we move arrow to the right and select this cut option, let us unselect it, select this. So you see, if cut option is selected, in the case of that, it will cut the object, and we can have a simulation here. So red portion is the one which is being cut by this blue circle rectangle from the block 20 mm. If we offset it from the profile plane, say 2 mm, then it give error. So we have to take care of this thing as well. 2 mm. So then what do we have? Okay, it is also cut again. So whatever is the way, we can cut the object through this procedure. Now we have to make a hole of 30 mm at the center of this rectangle. So go to this rectangle, select this, sketch mode. So the length of this is 75, height is 75. So we have now two options to create a hole. First option, we can go to hole wizard and directly make a hole. Other option is this sketch mode which we have just started. So select on center diameter, make a circle at appropriate position of 30 mm, give dimension, drag it. Now place the position here of this at 75 by 2, and from left portion it is done, top portion just give dimension 37.5. So now it is completely defined. Finish sketch, go to extrude, and similar to one we have cut this portion, now we will remove circular portion. Select this sketch, and yeah, here it is showing new body. Now if we move here, it is showing join, and if we move to the other side it is showing cut. But the distance is 60 mm now, and thickness is just 30. So what should we do? Extend type to object. So now by this way, if in future we change the dimension, extend type through all. So by this way, if change the thickness, then this distance is automatically changes. Otherwise, if I give only dimensions, say 30 mm, and in future change the thickness of this object, then instead of through hole, we have a blind hole. Let me show you. Okay, so let me show you. Go to this. This is the timeline. Three sketches, three features. Select the first one through which we make the whole edit feature. So right click on this feature and edit feature. So instead of 30, if I give the value say 40 mm, now you will see it is automatically adjusted with the thickness, because instead of giving 30 mm dimension, I have made is through all. So if we click on distance, and instead of 40, which is automatically here, but initially I have given a 30. So if I again do it 30 mm, change it to the 30, then you will see here it is going to the 30 mm depth, not throughout the object. So it is now not a through hole, it is a blind hole now. So we have to take care of this. This is the tip for you. Whenever you create a hole, keep it through hole. If it is a through hole, if it is a blind hole, then no issue. Just give the depth to which you want it. So let me again change this thickness to the initial position of 30 mm. Select this face, go to sketch, it will align toward the front on the with respect to screen. Then click on 2 point rectangle, click here and make an approximate rectangle to the mid and about 10 mm. Give the dimensions, press D, 75, and then we have a through hole now. So this is the simple thing which we have done. Yeah, there is another option of creating hole. So let me just drag this portion, and these are hidden now. That's why this hole is gone, because in timeline we have moved to the backward when the sketch and hole features are not made. If I play this, then the procedure through which I made is shown. If I may drag it here, then you will see that they are showing now step by step. So one more thing. In this, if I is highlighted, then that option is shown. If I is hidden, then that option is also hidden. So let me click on this small arrow, sketch 1, 2, 3. So these sketches are showing now, but I don't want to see, just hide the eye. So these sketches are not shown. So this is the tip number 2. Whenever you want to show some sketch or body, just click on the eye to the left of the body or sketch. You are able to see, but before that, that should be opened or highlighted. Yeah. So this is the sketch. Now I will show you second method of creating the hole. Just hide it, move backward to the timeline and hide these two features. Click on this face where we want to create the hole. Click on hole wizard. Now click on front so that we can see the alignment. So this is the hole wizard. Number of holes can be created using multiple sketch pattern, but we want only single hole. Select this whole position through mouse, we can drag it, and now it is asking for face. So you select this, it will be created on this face. If we select this, multiple hole is not possible from single hole. So from this we can create the another hole or another face. If you want multiple holes, select this first face sketch point we want. So let us show it further. First create the single sketch. So let us create a single sketch. Select this face. It is asking for reference because this hole can be moved anywhere. So for reference, let me select this edge and it is asking for distance. So that distance is 37.5. Again, second reference it is asking for. Select the top or bottom face and let us select bottom, and 37.5 is another distance. If I press the enter, then all will be created at this position. Then there is another catch in this. Go to hole at the timeline, edit feature. We have variety of hole types. We can change extend to distance to through all. So instead of distance, we can select through all. This is the way. Distance, other points are there. What kind of drill bit is there? Flat or angle? We can select it as per the requirement. Hole type can be a simple counter bore like this one, like this, and countersink. So every type of holes are there which is possible in creating over the objects. Then hole tab type, if you want to make threads in the hole, then we can use the tab type also. So simple clearance, then we have tabbed, taper tabbed, flat angle, give the values as per the requirement. Object to cut, only one body is there, so no need to worry. So instead of this, we create select through, and then in the case of through, the diameter of it is 30 mm because we want 30 hole through hole, so it is going to the other side of the body or throughout the thickness. Click on OK. So this is the second way of creating the hole. Both ways are possible. Use this one if you want variety of holes. But if you want simple hole, you can use the simple sketching and extrude cut feature for hole creation. Then we have modify tools. So we will use these two tools in our current model. So let me click on fillet. Fillet is basically rounding of the edges so that sharp edges will be removed. Like the one shown in the left sketch, sharp edges are there. Then if we use fillet, then they will be rounded off. So product will be saved. Also the persons which may come in contact with the product, there are chances that it may harm the person. So we have to take care of that. So let me click on fillet. Shortcut key is F. So fillet panel is open. So in the fillet panel we can see it is asking for type of fillet. Fillet rule full round. So we will use simple fillet. Click add selection. So it is asking for selection. Let me select this edge. When I select it, it is asking for diameter. So let me give 2 mm. So you see, instead of flat, now it is 2 mm hole. Give 5 mm, more smoother object. I have selected only one edge, but I have the requirement to select other edges as well. Then there is an option tangent or curvature. So with this, changes are there. So in the case of this tangent, this fillet arc is basically tangent to this and this, both faces. But in the case of curvature, it is giving the curvature, not the tangent to both faces. It is just giving the curvature of 5 mm, means arc of 5 mm. Radius type can be constant, chord length, or variable. So we have this variety, we can change it, but let me remain it constant for simplicity. So we can change the dimension by this arrow like we did for extrude feature. Value changes here as well as this dynamic dimension box. So let me give it again 4 mm value, say 5 mm. So now one edge is only selected. So let us give another edge, select it, rotate, select this. So as you see, as soon as I am selecting, edges are adding. So we can select one edge, give it a value 5 mm. We can select other edges to give the different value. So let us give it 3 mm value. So we can give different values as well as similar value to every edge. If we want same value to every edge, then in that case, similar to these 5 edges we have selected in the second attempt, we can select every edge which we want the same value. So this is done. Let me cross this as well. Select one, two, three, and this fourth corner. Give them the value 5 mm. So this is the first. If we want to give the dimension to this, I can make another fillet or edit this and give another selection set. So let me select this. So I have selected approximately every edge now except this circle. I will give them third different value 3 mm and then select this, not here, another edge, select this edge and this circular edge and give it a value 2 mm. So by this way, using same single fillet feature, I can give different fillet values to different edges. Let me change it to 2 mm. Also change it to, let it remain 5 mm. Rolling ball and setback is there. So in the case of setback, this kind of fillet will be created. In the case of rolling, it will be rolled like this. Okay. So this is our first basic model created, a rectangular block with a rectangular cut and a circular hole which is throughout its thickness. Now let us save it, Control S, example 8. save. We can give the name to it as well, but right now I'm giving it only a example 8. If I want to change it, go to data panel, select this, right click. Okay, my work, I'm working offline, that's why it is not showing. Right click. If I want to delete, insert into current design, then other options will be open. Again, go to work offline. Okay. So by this way, we can save the file. And other files are also showing. Some of them has V1. Earlier, this is showing as V0. So V0 is basically version 0 and V1 is version 1. Variety of versions can be created in Fusion 360, and any of the version we can select as per our requirement. Means same model, different versions can be used for creating a particular instant when we created the version for making our modeling. And this is the timing shown. Example 1, sketching on 24th April we have created it. Then we can open the sketch by double clicking on it. Close it. So that's all for the current session. In this session, we have seen the modeling workspace of Fusion 360. The Canva is the one in which we develop our basic sketches as well as models, assemblies. So whatever we do, it is done on the Canva. On the left data panel, we have the different files and projects which can be saved and shared with our collaborating teams. Each of the sketch and model file has different versions. That versions can be used in the later for using in our different models, different projects as per the requirement. For example, suppose we have created 10th version of a file, then we can use version 6, version 0, version 4, version 9 as per the requirement where we find it fit for our model or assembly in the new product. In this session, we have learned a variety of basic tools for sketching and extrude features and its basics, where we can make it extrude, we can do the extrude cut over the body, we can taper it using handles, we can also change it. Also, we have used the fillet and its different portions for creating and modifying the models. So with this, I would like to thank you for watching this session. And now I request you to share this video with your friends and colleagues so that they can also have the opportunity to learn Fusion 360 in innovative way.